Hello friends, welcome to Law and GK. So friends, on this channel we discuss the contents of law and previous year papers of judicial services and other legal exams. So friends, in today's video we are going to discuss the preliminary exam paper of Bihar Judicial Services 2013. So friends, if you are new on this channel, I would like to recommend कि आप जो है इस channel को जल्दी से subscribe कर लीजिए because it will be very beneficial for you in preparation for judiciary and other legal exams. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of our upcoming videos. And if you like this video, just click the like button over there and appreciate this with your friends so that they can come to know about this channel as well. And अगर आपको हमारे efforts अच्छे लगे हों तो in addition to like and subscribe, kindly give us a super thanks. Super thanks means कि आप जो है कंटेंट क्रिएटर की थोड़ी हेल्प कर रहे हैं उसको टिप्स देकर. आपको अगर वीडियो अच्छी लग रही हैं तो यू कैन हेल्प देम बाय गिविंग टिप्स. मिनिमम से मिनिमम जो है आप 20 रुपये भी जो है डोनेट कर सकते हैं. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दी सुपर थैंक्स. सो लेट्स मूव टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. Question number 1 is a music teacher committing sexual intercourse with a minor girl having obtained her consent on the pretext that the same is required to improve her voice was held guilty of rape in कौन सा केस था? ये था R versus Williams. D is the answer. Next is 2. The doctrine of vicarious liability is applied when there is a relationship between principal agent, master and servant. Both A and C would be the answer. Servant and independent contractor का relationship नहीं रहेगा, इसमें दोनों ही आंसर बनेंगे. Next 3. For the torts of false imprisonment, there should be total restraint of the liberty of a person. A is the answer. Next is 4. Tort of defamation is divided into libel and slander in English law. Indian law में कोई distinction नहीं है. A is the answer. Next is 5. Nuisance as a tort was defined as unlawful interference with a person's use or enjoyment, land or some right over or in connection with it. The definition was given by Winfield. A is the answer. Next is 6. Tort of defamation can be in respect of a living person or deceased. Both. C is the answer. Next is 7. Which one of the following can be described as malicious prosecution? Criminal proceedings अगर आपने फाइल कर दी हैं तभी होगा prosecution, तो A is the answer. Next is 8. The liability of malicious prosecution arises when the proceedings are instituted before judicial or quasi judicial authorities. Executive का नहीं चलेगा, तो D इसका आंसर रहेगा both A and C. Next is 9. The doctrine of res ipsa loquitur was applied by Supreme Court in case of MCD versus Suhagwanti. D is the answer. That is case of negligence. Negligence मतलब thing speaks for itself. Res ipsa loquitur. Next is 10. The maxim res ipsa loquitur is a rule of evidence. C is the answer and is mentioned in section 106 of Evidence Act. Next 11. Case of Kasturilal versus State of UP is related to vicarious liability of the state. C is the answer. Next 12. Goods within the meaning of section 27 of the Sale of Goods Act is except actionable claim and money. Because definition में लिखा हुआ है other than actionable claim and money, so neither A nor B. D is the answer. Next 13. Under section 26 of Sale of Goods Act, future goods means goods which are not yet in existence. Obviously A is the answer. Next 14. Sale of Goods Act come into force on 1st July 1930. A is the answer. Next 15. The meaning of term caveat emptor is buyer beware. C is the answer. Next 16. Which of the following are goods within the meaning of section 27 of Sale of Goods Act? So things attached to land which are agreed to swed before sale. Before sale swed कर लेंगे तो that would be good. Things forming part of the land agreed to be swed before sale. तो ये भी हो जाएगा both either A or B. C is the answer. Next 17. The mode of determining the existence of partnership has been laid down in section 6. B is the answer. Next 18. If a partner chooses to use any asset of the partnership firm for his own use, it gives right to civil liability of the partner. A is the answer. Next 19. The term goodwill is a thing easy to describe but very difficult to define. It is stated by Lord Macnaghten. D is the answer. एंड केस कौन सा था जरा लिखो जरा कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओ जरा. Next 20, where a partner is authorized to recover dues of the partnership and spend the same for business of the partnership and it does not deposit the money so collected in the bank. The partner is guilty for criminal breach of trust, accountable civilly to the other partners. B is the answer. Next 21, a dormant partner is a one who not interested in the business of the firm. इंटरेस्ट नहीं होगा तो फिर कैसे वो पार्टनर बनेगा, ये गलत हो गया. नॉट लाइबल टू आउटसाइड लाइबल रहेगा, ये भी गलत हो गया. एंटाइटल टू शेयर प्रॉफिट्स ओनली, नो लॉस भी शेयर करेगा, ये गलत हो गया. नीदर एक्टिव नॉट नॉन टू आउटसाइड, यस ये ठीक है, डी इज द आंसर. Next 22, the term negotiable instrument is defined in Negotiable Instrument Act under section 13. C is the answer. Next 23, relation of 138 and 9 Act is with right of holder in due course, a punishment of dishonor of check. Punishment for dishonor of check. C is the answer. Next 24, a person who receives the negotiable instrument in good faith for valuable consideration is known as holder in due course. D is the answer. और ये कहाँ डिफाइन है, सेक्शन 9 of NI Act. Next 25, all checks are bill of exchange but all bills of exchange are not checks. It is correct, true. C is the answer. Next 26, in determining reasonable time for the purpose of negotiable instrument, पब्लिक हॉलीडेज को इंक्लूड करेंगे एक्सक्लूड करेंगे, एक्सक्लूड करेंगे. ए इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट 27, a shareholder of a company enters into a contract with a company was held in case of Solomon versus Solomon, corporate entity पर केस है ये कंपनी लॉ में. सो ए इज द आंसर. Liability of directors of a public company is towards the shareholders of the company. A is the answer. Next 29, which of the following is most essential for a company? That is, ये इसमें मेमोरेंडम एसोसिएशन तो है ही है, सब मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, एंड सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन भी. तो आई वुड से दिस इज कंट्रोवर्शियल क्वेश्चन. आंसर यहाँ पर दोनों ही हो सकते हैं. Next 30, how many meetings of the shareholders of a company in a year is essential? 1. D is the answer. Next 31, how much amount out of profit of company can be distributed as dividend amongst the shareholder? It is not fixed, depends on the company. D is the answer. वहाँ से ये लिखा हुआ कि आउट ऑफ प्रॉफिट ही डिविडेंड देंगे. Next 32, evidence act means and includes only oral, documentary या फिर both. Both होगा. C is the answer. And also electronic record, electronic evidence as well. Next 33, any disputed handwriting can be proved by calling expert. Person is acquainted, comparing the admitted and disputed handwriting. All of the above. D is the answer. Section कौन सा है ये? Section is 67 of Evidence Act and this clause C is 73. Next 34, question is this: whether A was raped and murdered. The fact that she said without making complaint that she was raped, so it is irrelevant. After making complaint it would be relevant. However, it can be relevant under 32(1) and 157. D is the answer. And this is illustration. This is provided in section 8 and this is illustration J of that section. Next 35, Indian evidence was drafted by Sir James Stephen. B is the answer. Next 36, relevancy and admissibility under the Evidence Act are neither synonymous nor coextensive. C is the answer. बहुत ही common question है ये. C is the answer. Next 37, under the law of evidence, the relevant fact must be logically or legally relevant. Legally relevant. B is the answer. Next 38, confession of an accused is admissible against the other co-accused under section 30. C is the answer. Next 39, a dying declaration to be admissible may be made before magistrate, police officer, doctor. All of them. D is the answer. Next 40, the fact in issue means a fact in existence or non-existence which is admitted, not disputed by the parties. B is the answer. Next 41, defense of alibi is governed by section 11 of Evidence Act. Next 42, which of the following is a right of civil nature? To worship in temple, yes. Share in offering in a temple, yes. Take out possessions, yes. All of the above. D is the answer, where it is mentioned section 9 of CPC सूट ऑफ सिविल नेचर के बारे में कहाँ बात की गई? सेक्शन 9 में। नेक्स्ट 43 प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रेस जुडिकाटा अप्लाइज टू co-plaintiff co-defendants both A and B. C is the answer. Next 44 validity of a foreign judgment can be challenged under section 13 of CPC in a civil court only. A is the answer. Next 45 A dies leaving behind a son X and a married daughter Y. A suit filed by A after his death can be continued by X or Y both as legal representative. D is the answer. Next 46 principle of constructed res judicata explanation 4 section 11. B is the answer. Next 47 which of the following is an incorrect statement? An arbitral award is a contract. No, it is not. So this is a wrong statement. Must be in writing, sign including interim award. Yes, A इसका आंसर रहेगा. Next 48 after arbitral award is made each party shall be delivered a signed copy of the award. B is the answer. Next 49 in bailable offence the bail is granted as a matter of right by police or court both. C is the answer. Section 436 CRPC. Next 50 the power to direct investigation under section 156(3) CRPC can be exercised by magistrate. A is the answer. Next 51 the investigating police officer has power to summon the attendance of a person acquainted with the facts and circumstances of a case under section 160. C is the answer. Next 52 which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution empowers the Parliament to form new states? Change in the area of present states, change in the territories of the name of the states. That is article 3D is the answer. Next 53 which of the following articles of the Constitution of India empowers the Parliament to make laws subject mentioned in the state list? That is article 249. B is the answer. Next 51 in which of the following cases traditional concept of equity was not accepted by Supreme Court and a new concept of equity was adopted by Supreme Court? कौन सा केस था वो? EP रोयप्पा वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ तमिलनाडु. D is the answer. Next 55 by which of the following amendment act Indian Constitution right to education was made a fundamental right? That was 86th Amendment Act. D is the answer with effect from 2010 and article 21A was inserted in the Constitution. Next 56 by which of the following article of the Constitution safeguard has been provided to public servants? That is article 311. C is the answer. Next 57 if the position of president and vice president are vacant whom among the following officiates as the president of India? The Chief Justice of India. B is the answer. और ये कहाँ पर प्रोवाइड किया गया? देखिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में नहीं लिखा गया है, ये प्रोवाइड किया गया है द प्रेसिडेंट डिस्चार्ज ऑफ फंक्शन एक्ट 1969, वहाँ पर लिखा गया है ये. Next 58 if I were asked to name any particular article in this constitution as the most important article without which the constitution would be nullity, I would not refer to any other article except this one. This is the very soul of the constitution, very heart of it. तो किसने कहा था? ये कहा था डॉक्टर BR अम्बेडकर ने रिगार्डिंग आर्टिकल 32. Next 59 in which of the following cases it was held by the Supreme Court of India that right to trade on pavement is a fundamental right? Sudan Singh versus NDMC. D is the answer. Next 60 by which of the following amendment act of the Constitution chapter of fundamental duties have been added as chapter 4A in the Constitution? 42nd Amendment article 51A was added. Originally 10 fundamental duties were there, another one added by 44th Amendment. Next 61 which of the following is the sequence number of Mrs. Patil as a President of Republic of India? She was 12th. Now Srimati Draupadi Murmu is the President of India and she is 15th President of India. Next 62 according to our constitution Rajya Sabha is not subject to dissolution. D is the answer. Next 63 in the case of IC Gorakhpur versus State of Punjab it was remarked that our preamble contained a nutshell and ideal of inspiration. It was said by Justice Subba Rao. C is the answer. Next 64. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that preamble is not a part of the Constitution? It was Re-Beruberi case. B is the answer. Next 65. Right to life does not include right to die was held in Gyan versus State of Punjab. D is the answer. This case on abatement to suicides 306 IPC. ये भी पूछते हैं कई बारी. Next 66. Petition to Supreme Court under Article 32 are subject to rule of res judicata except habeas corpus. B is the answer. Next 67. Which among the following is not a fundamental right? Right to strike is not a fundamental right. A is the answer. Next 68. Right to property was dropped from list of fundamental right by 44th Amendment and now it is made as a constitutional right under Article 300A. Next 69. The protection and improvement of environment including forest and wildlife in the country are in both DPSP and fundamental duties. D is the answer. This question was asked in Haryana 2021 exam paper. Next 70. By which of the following Constitutional Amendment Act the voting age was reduced from 21 to 18? That was 61st Amendment Act. C is the answer. Next 71. Under Government of India Act 1935, the Federal Court had a original appellate and advisory jurisdiction. D is the answer. Next 72. Which of the following made the Indian legislature bicameral? That was Government of India Act 1919. B is the answer. Next 73. Which one of the following aimed at providing a federal structure for India? That was Government of India Act 1935. C is the answer. Next 74. When was the Magna Carta granted in England? 1215. D is the answer. Next 75. British Constitution is the mother of constitutions. The British Parliament is the mother of parliaments. किसने कहा था ये? Who said this? Munro ने. D is the answer. Next is 76. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Conventions are certain and clear. No, they are not. They are unwritten. Yes. Not applied by the courts. Yes. Take by birth by chance. Yes. A is the answer. 77. Which of the following are the main sources of British Constitution? It was conventions. B is the answer. 78. There are many subtle distinctions in the vernacular of the British Constitution, but none more vital than the distinction between the kings and the crown. Who said the statement? Gladstone. B is the answer. Next 79. The two houses of British Parliament are House of Commons and House of Lords. D is the answer. देखिए भी ट्रेंड देखा है मैंने 2013 के बाद इस पेपर के बाद जो है ये ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट वाले क्वेश्चन जो है नहीं पूछे गए हैं, तो आई डोंट थिंक इट वुड बी रेलेवेंट फॉर फर्दर एग्जाम्स इन बिहार. नेक्स्ट 80. इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंग्लैंड वीटो पावर वाज लास्टली यूज्ड बाय द किंग इन. बताइए ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे क्या रेलेवेंसी है इनकी हमारे में. 707 वाज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट 81. इन इंग्लैंड द गवर्नमेंट इज कॉल्ड एज Government of the King. A is the answer. Next 82. The mother of British cabinet is Parliament. D is the answer. Next 83. Cabinet is the solar orbital around which other bodies revolve and that is a three-holed hinge that connects together four actions, the Kings, Lords and Commons. That was said by Gladstone. D is the answer. Next 84. Which of the following statement is not correct? Money bill can be presented first in the House of Lords. No, it is not correct. House of Commons में ही आएगा. A is the answer. 85. It is a convention in Britain that Prime Minister will be from the House of Commons. B is the answer. 86. The highest court in the British Constitution is called as House of Lords. D is the answer. 87. Delegatus non protest delegere means delegate cannot further delegate his power. C is the answer. Next 88. During the operation of martial law, important rights of citizens are suspended. A is the answer. Next 89. In Britain, whom the following makes a shadow cabinet? Leaders of opposition party. C is the answer. Next 90. In England, the doctrine of rule of law was propounded by Professor Dicey. C is the answer. Next 91, writ of habeas corpus means to produce the body of a person illegally detained before a court. A is the answer. Next 92, Hindu law marriage is a sacrament. A is the answer. Next 93, law relating to marriages amongst Hindus has been codified under Hindu Marriage Act. A is the answer. Next 94, if the parties to a Hindu marriage are spinda to each other, the marriage is void. C is the answer. Is the condition mentioned in section 5 of Hindu Marriage Act. Next 95, a Hindu dies interstate leaving behind two sons, one daughter and one widow. His property shall devolve upon all of them. Son, daughter, widow, all. D is the answer. Next 96, under section 30 of Hindu Succession Act, Hindu can dispose of his interest in Mitakshak Pasha property by will. C is the answer. Next 97, a person is not disqualified from succeeding to any property on the ground of any disease, defect or deformity is provided under section 28. A is the answer. Next 98, under which of the following section of Hindu Marriage Act husband and wife may file a petition of divorce by mutual consent? Under section 13b. D is the answer. Next 99, consent theory of divorce was introduced in the Hindu Marriage Act in the year 1976. C is the answer. Next, under Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, who among the following is not entitled to adopt? Husband without consent of wife. D is the answer. It is provided in section 7 of Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Next 101, a Hindu male of 28 years of age adopts a female child of 13 years of age. The adoption is void because there must be 21-year gap between them. It is mentioned in section 11 other conditions in Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Next 102, which of the following is the secondary source of Muslim law? Customs. A is the answer. Next 103, which of the following modifies the application of Muslim law? All of them. D is the answer. Next 104, who applied Qiyas for the first time as source of Muslim law? Imam Abu Hanifa. A is the answer. Next 105, which of the following is absolute incapacity of marriage? All of them. D is the answer. Next 106, a Muslim can marry any number of wives not exceeding 4. If Muslim marries fifth wife, such marriage shall be. अब देखिए ये क्वेश्चन मैं कहूँगा थोड़ा सा गलत है बिकॉज इन शिया इट इज़ void and in Sunni it is irregular. So I would say this is not a correct proper question. Next 107, after divorce a Muslim woman can marry immediately? No, after completion of that period. C is the answer. Next 108, how many witnesses are necessary in Shia Muslim marriage? No witnesses necessary. In Sunni 2 required. In Sunni in divorce no witnesses required, but in divorce in Shia 2 witnesses are required. So थोड़ा सा उल्टा है यहाँ पर. C इसका आंसर रहेगा. Next 109, which of the following is the wife's right when the husband does not pay dower? Refuse consummation, file suit for recovery of dower, keep possession over husband's property? All of them. D is the answer. Next 110, which of the following is the right of preemption? A right to purchase property in reference to other person. B is the answer. Next 111, custody of illegitimate children belongs to the mother. A is the answer. Next 112, which of the following section of TP Act defines TPA? That is section 5. D is the answer. Next 113, TP Act come into force on 1st July 1882. A is the answer. Next 114, gift of future property is void. C is the answer. Next 115, in case of gift, if the donee dies before acceptance, then the gift is void. B is the answer. Section 122 talks about gift. Next 116, an unborn acquires vested interest on transfer immediately upon birth. A is the answer. Provided in section 20 of TPA. Next 117, which one of the following mortgages does not require writing and registration? Mortgage by deposit of title deed because it is an equitable mortgage. D is the answer. Simple mortgage is defined in section 58. Simple is in A, English is in E, usufructuary D, and title deed is F. Next 118, rule against perpetuity is provided in section 14. B is the answer. Next 119, the principle of lis pendens embodied in section 52 pertains to bona fide purchase, public policy, auction sale. It is public policy. B is the answer. Next 120, according to section 5 of TP Act, living person includes company, individual human being, only company association. Company of association of individuals. A is the answer. Next 121, sale in a TPA defines in section 54. B is the answer. Next 122, the primary source of equity is custom, written law, judicial decisions, consigns. D is the answer. Next 123, English rules of equity have been substantially incorporated by Indian legislature. A is the answer. Next 124, in case of conflict between equity on one hand and the text of law on the other, the court shall choose law. B is the answer. Next 125, which of the following statement is correct? A litigant cannot seek equitable remedies as a matter of right, as such remedies are at the discretion of the court. A is the answer. You can seek equitable remedies, no distinction between legal in India, no. This is no. Okay. Next 126, the concept of trust originated in England. C is the answer. Next 127, the person not necessary for creation of trust is legal representative. C is the answer. Next 128, a trust created by the will of testator may be revoked by him at his pleasure by express words, by act which influence with the intended to revoke, by subsequent will, in case a person governed by Hindu Marriage Act by marriage of the testator. See, section 78 provides the same. Alright, however, this is not mentioned there. So these are cases of revocation at his pleasure. So pleasure मतलब उसकी मर्जी है, कभी भी वो रिवोक कर सकता है अगर वो विल से बनी हुई है. तो ये दोनों ऑप्शन तो भी ए भी है ही नहीं, और सब्सिक्वेंट विल से भी हो सकता है, और बिकॉज वो अपनी विल पे बना रहा है, एट प्लेजर है, और ये भी हो सकता है. तो सी एंड डी. तो दिस क्वेश्चन आई वुड से इट इज कंट्रोवर्शियल. नेक्स्ट 129, ए ट्रस्ट इज नॉट एक्सटिंग्विश्ड व्हेन इट्स पर्पस इज कंप्लीट, बिकम्स अनलॉफुल. या फिर ट्रस्ट बीइंग रिवोकेबल इज एक्सप्रेसली रिवोक्ड, या फिर हैव ट्रांसफर देयर इंटरेस्ट. ट्रांसफर देयर इंटरेस्ट, डी इज द आंसर. Next 130, under section 10 of SRA, the specific performance cannot be granted if there is no concluded contract. Yes, there must be a contract. A is the answer. Next 131, specific performance of contract means actual execution of the contract according to its stipulations. A is the answer. Next 132, a proposal when accepted become a promise under 2B. A is the answer. Next 133, an agreement enforceable at the instance of one party and not of the others. It is a voidable contract. D is the answer. And where this is mentioned, it is mentioned in section 2I of Contract Act. Next 134, a contract made by a minor is void ab initio. It was laid down in Moharbi versus Dharmdas Ghosh. C is the answer. Next 135, agreement the meaning of which is not certain and not capable of certainty is void. D is the answer, and it is provided in section 29 of Contract Act. Next 138, an agreement to remain unmarried is void. Section 26 provides that agreement in state of marriage is void. Next 139, a contract the performance of which becomes unlawful or impossible is void when the performance become unlawful or impossible. A is the answer, and this is provided in section 56. Next 140, the age of majority for the purpose of Contract Act is 18 years. A is the answer. Next 141, the sum fixed beforehand as amount of compensation payable in the event of breach of contract is called as it can be liquidated damages and or penalty, because see ये सम फिक्स कर लिया उन्होंने पहले कि भाई अगर वो इवेंट हुआ तो ये हमारे डैमेजेस होंगे, पेनल्टी हो सकती है. तो आइदर ए और बी. सी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट 142, ए एग्रीज टू पे रुपीज 1000 to be without consideration. Agreement is void. B is the answer. Next 143. When the consent of the contract is caused by coercion, the contract under 19 is voidable. B is the answer. Where is coercion mentioned? Coercion is in section 15. Next 144. When both the parties to the agreement are at mistake regarding fact, agreement will be void. D is the answer. Section 20 provides the same. Next 145. A agree with B to trace out secret money for him by way of magic. This agreement is void. And this is provided in section 56 illustrations. Next 146. A enters into a contract with B. In this, B is guilty of fraud. A can now rescind the contract and get compensation. Yes, C is the answer. Next 147. Tort is a civil wrong for which a remedy is common law action for unliquidated damages and which is not exclusively breach of trust or other mere equitable obligations. So this was said by Winfield. A is the answer. This was said by Salmon. D is the answer. Next 148. The duty under law tort is towards general public or world at large. C is the answer. Next 149. To constitute a tort, there must be some act or omission on the part of defendant, या फिर there must be violation of legal right vested in the plaintiff, या फिर there must be legal duty on the part of defendant. Both A and B. D is the answer. Next 150. An inevitable accident means an act of God या फिर unexpected injury which could not have foreseen. B is the answer. जब फोर्सिन कर लिया तो फिर इनएविटेबल कैसे हुए? तो एविटेबल हो गया. मतलब एविटेबल का मतलब क्या होता है? इसको रोक सकते हैं. विच कैन बी प्रिवेंटेबल. सो दिस इज अनप्रिवेंटेबल, अनइविटेबल. सो फ्रेंड्स, यहाँ पर हमने बिहार जुडिशियल सर्विसेज का 2013 का प्री का एग्जाम पेपर पूरा डिस्कस कर लिया है. अगर आपको इसमें कोई कमी लगी हो, कोई सजेशन हो, कोई एडवाइस हो, तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर भी लिख सकते हैं. वी ऑलवेज अप्रिशिएट योर कमेंट्स एंड फीडबैक. एंड फ्रेंड्स, इफ यू लाइक द एफर्ट्स, काइंडली गिव अ सुपर थैंक्स. सुपर थैंक्स मीन्स कि आप जो कंटेंट क्रिएटर की थोड़ी हेल्प कर रहे हैं, उसको टिप्स देकर. आपको अगर वीडियो अच्छी लग रही हैं तो यू कैन हेल्प देम बाय गिविंग टिप्स. मिनिमम से मिनिमम जो है आप 20 रुपये भी जो है डोनेट कर सकते हैं. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दी सुपर थैंक्स. एंड अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी, इसको जरूर लाइक कीजिएगा. एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब आवर चैनल. एंड व्हाइल सब्सक्राइबिंग, डोंट फॉरगेट टू प्रेस द बेल आइकन so that you can get the notification of our upcoming videos. So friends, thanks very much for watching this video. Thank you.